Oh, here we go.
Tits.
Hi everyone and welcome back to another SugarTits video. Well, actually this is an old video. So this was the last video I uploaded, but YouTube decided it was a little bit too mean. Oh. And so yeah, they took it down. So if you want to watch the unfiltered original version, head over to my Rumble account. This one's going to be watered down for the feelings. Bloody hell. Today we're going to delve into gender pronouns. And I'm not going to lie to you, the first part of this video is going to suck. It's going to be painful, okay? But we're going to get through it. We're going to get through it, all right? First a little bit of pain, and then in the end, I will reward you. I will soothe that burn with some sweet, sweet Chad cream. With a Terminator Chad motherfucker who claims that feminism is responsible for these gender pronouns non-binary dickheads. And boy, does he piss a bitch off. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, so first we're going to learn a little bit about what it means to be non-binary. Then we're going to have a look at the very sad effects of what happens to people when you don't conform to their non-binary bullshit. And then the Chad motherfucker. All right, let's get into the pain.
Tits.
Start to spin. Let's begin. Let's begin.
Today, more and more people are becoming open to identifying as non-binary and or non-conforming. It's a topic that gets a lot of people riled up.
Yeah, it gets people riled up because one, it's fucking stupid, and two, as we'll explore very soon in this video, there are very real consequences that affect people's lives if they don't conform to your bullshit, like losing their jobs or being outed and labeled as a bigot.
What's up, beautiful people? My name is Luna, and I identify as non-binary and Mexican American.
Why do you have to state your ethnic identity too? Isn't the pronoun shit enough? It's like a victim badge of honor, isn't it? To list off all the things about you that make you oppressed. Hi, I'm a non-binary, non-gender conforming, trans-dabbling Mexican Eskimo leprechaun Jew. Nice to meet you.
I identify as non-binary trans femme. Non-binary is essentially neither male or female, neither man or woman, beyond the binary meaning two choices.
Two choices! It's not a choice! You're either a man or a woman, male or female. You don't get to pick and choose. It's not a fucking candy bar. You were born with either a twat or dick and balls, excluding the anomalies, you know, like hermaphrodites. And however many altercations you make to your body, it's never going to change the fact that you were born that way. And that's what you are. This non-binary bullshit is a farce for extremely confused kids who are either confused about their sexuality or struggle with gender stereotypes. But just because you're a girl who likes to play basketball and play with cars or some shit doesn't mean you're a boy. Doesn't mean you're non-binary. It just simply means you're a girl who doesn't like ballet and frilly tutus and shit. Who may grow up to be a butch-ass leser named Alex who's partial to the odd fish taco. Fuck!
Hi everyone, my name is Nico Ciare, I go by they and she pronouns, and my dad is from Puerto Rico.
What the again with this shit? I don't care if your dad's from Puerto Rico. What does your dad have to do with your identity? I don't fucking care if he's partial to churros and rice and beans and nachos and guacamole or some shit.
I identify as a
Designated female at birth, shape-shifting girl, probably.
Ugh, a designated female at birth / shape-shifting girl, probably, in brackets.
I identify as two-spirit and non-binary.
Two-spirit, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. No one is illegal. Yeah, I think there are a lot of people who are illegals, especially people who cross into a country illegally with the intent to live there and then commit crimes like rape or murder. There's some pretty big fucking illegals.
My name is Joey Flamboyant because my name is Joey and I'm really flamboyant. I identify as non-binary, gender fluid, all of the above.
All of the above. Fuck my life. This is one of those videos that makes you wish you were on heroin or something to dull the senses.
I think it's super important to ask other people's pronouns because you really just don't know. I think there's the assumption that like girl, boy, or non-binary has a certain look, but there really isn't. So you really have to ask and able to know.
Can you imagine that though? Having to ask everyone's pronouns, everyone that you ever meet for the first time. You got to ask them their pronouns so you don't offend anyone. And what happens if that person is not non-binary? What happens if they're very fucking binary? And you go up to this bitch and ask her for her pronouns, basically insinuating that you can't tell whether or not she's a chick or a dude.
The more we can ask, the more the culture will shift. And so it's more normal, just like how we ask people what their nicknames are.
No, it's not really the same as asking someone what their nickname is it? I mean, asking Barry if he goes by Bazza is a little bit different than asking if Bazza has a cock or a clam between his legs. And don't give me that bullshit about sex versus gender. We all know gender comes from sex. You're a male or a female. female to any fucking normal person means you're a man or a woman. Ergo, are you male or female? Do you have a clam or do you have a dick and balls?
Pronouns are important because it's how we interact with each other and it's how I can describe someone to someone else. We use them every single day, so why not use ones that fit, you know?
We have ones that fit perfectly. If you look like you've got a knob, I'm going to assume you're a knob haver and therefore call you a knob haver.
Not everyone has the same pronoun. Everyone is different and comes from a different walk of life.
Look, you're right. Everyone is different and everyone comes from different walks of lives. But the one thing we all have in fucking common, minus hermaphrodites or people born without knobs or clams, does that even exist? I don't know. Is that we were born either male or female. So it's not a bad thing to assume upon meeting someone for the first time that they're a male or a female, that they're a man or a woman. Now, if you were nice about it and told me afterwards that you prefer to be a non-binary freak show or whatever, it's up to that person to play nice and play along with your delusion.
Non-binary is a gender identity where someone may feel that they are neither male or female, neither man or woman. Non-conforming means your gender expression doesn't meet the typical standards of what is defined as masculine and feminine.
Gender non-conforming. But this can go anywhere, can't it? This can get real fucking crazy real quick. You got people identifying as 2 Sprites and 3 Cokes, as woodland fairies or some shit. This can get pretty crazy real quick. I can identify as a beer can. My gender is beer can. I'm a beer sexual.
First things we notice about somebody is their perceived gender. So when we talk to somebody, I'm saying I see you or I don't see you at all. And to walk through the world never being seen is like the worst nightmare. And so for me, gendering somebody correctly is saying I see you and I value you as who you are saying that you are.
Look, playing along with this whole delusion and showing someone you value them and see them for who they are or who they fucking want to be is one thing. What my problem is the consequences of not coddling to this bullshit. And let's be real, there are consequences. Take a look at this. Teacher sacked for refusing to use transgender students' chosen pronouns. I'm gonna have to speed this up a bit, sorry, there's so many. Wiltshire teacher fired for not using preferred pronouns. Wisconsin teacher suing school district after being fired for not using students' preferred pronouns. Louisiana pastor fired from public library over trans pronouns. Health and Human Services implements policy that will punish employees for using wrong pronouns. Utah Bath and Body Works manager says she was fired over company's pronoun policy. A teacher says he was fired for refusing to use male pronouns for a transgender student. Christian doctor fired for refusing to use transgender pronouns. Council worker who was sacked for using incorrect pronouns. Forced to use retirement savings to pay legal bill. I was fired for not using transgender pronouns. Teacher refused to use preferred pronouns and was fired. Florida judge exonerates Miami teacher fired for refusing to use students' preferred pronouns. And then there's this. This one popped up around about a week ago. Aussie worker fired after calling non-binary colleague he instead of they. An Australian man has been fired from his job after he reportedly misgendered a non-binary colleague in Perth. I mean, this shit is ridiculous. If you're not willing to alter reality to coddle these people's feelings, you're at the risk of losing your job and your income. Can you imagine that? I can't feed my family because I didn't call someone Zizim or Zer. Fucking retarded. But it seems like even playing ball and indulging these people's pronouns isn't enough to stop you from getting fired. The Perth man who was introducing a younger co-worker at a leadership training course accidentally misgendered this person after they had written their preferred pronouns on their name badge. The guy who got fired actually apologized to his younger co-worker, a biological male who identifies as neither a man or a woman, and said that the two of them were fine, they were cordial for the rest of the day. But the non-binary dipshit wasn't fine, was he? No, he was faking that like a lot of other shit. Like a non-gender conforming snake in the grass, he ratted this guy out to higher authorities, and the man later found out by his manager that a formal complaint had been made and he was required to submit a written apology. A written fucking apology. So like the true fucking legend he is, he refused and said no one could be ordered to call a colleague they. He also later told a Fair Work hearing that if one person had the right to use a particular pronoun, then another person had the right not to. Well, his decision to not apologize and bend the knee led to more backlash from his younger co-workers who sided with the non-binary dickhead and collectively complained about him to upper management. The company then launched an investigation, culminating in the man's termination. He was axed, fired. And what's even more strange is that this company didn't even have a pronoun policy in place. There was nothing in writing saying you had to follow pronoun policy guidelines. I hope this guy sues this company and gets a big fat paycheck out of it. So the non-binary dickheads are using the law to fuck people's lives up, all because they won't coddle their feelings. It's like what Jordan Peterson said.
Why are you against the use of alternate pronouns?
I'm against the use of legislation to determine what words that myself and other people are required to utter, because I don't believe that other people have the right to determine what language I use, especially when it's backed by punitive legislation.
Alright, Alright. We got through the burn, we plowed through it like a bunch of chads, and I did promise you some soothing cream for that cock burn. Or vag burn. Whatever it is, it's gender fucking conforming, let me tell you that. And here it is. Meet the chad who blamed feminism and women for all this non-binary pronouns bullshit. And in doing so, triggers the fuck out of some chick walking by. It's hilarious.
How many genders are there?
2.
What are they?
Male and female.
What about the people that say there's like 15, 20?
That's called mental illness. Because if you can't count 1 + 1 = 2, then you don't belong in this society. At the end of the day, a lot of these mentally ill people were raised by single mothers, so it all goes back to feminism. Every single problem goes back to feminism. You make sure these women start closing their legs, everything gets fixed really quickly.
Are you really f***ing kidding me?
Not at all.
You are a piece of shit.
Who asked for your opinion?
Who
asked for your opinion?
You're on a public
Are you drunk,
street.
ma'am? Are you drunk, ma'am?
Are you f***ing delusional?
Stop doing drunk.
Are you drunk?
And this is exactly why the 19th Amendment should be repealed, right here. This woman knows nothing about politics. She has no sense about history, but she just wants to run her mouth. By the way, why are you, it's a Cleveland show. Why don't you cover up? You need some fucking Islam in your life. You need some Islam in your life. Go find Jesus Christ.
Miami, dude. People walk around in bikinis.
Thank you for not wearing that. I do appreciate that. Let's ask him. He's a non-white person. Let's ask him, man. You think this woman's drunk?
No, I think she should cover up, though. I think she's got her tits out. You're a little too old to be doing that.
You asked for it.
You know, I may be a woman myself, but fuck, it's funny when dudes roll chicks up over sexism. I love seeing them go off tap and just losing it. It's the funniest shit in the world. And they always take the bait, don't they? Just don't be a dumb bitch and don't take the bait. Just laugh and don't give 2 fucks about it. But they can't help but take the bait, can they? It's like shooting retarded feminist fish in a barrel. One more Uber Chad clip for you all. And sorry about the quality.
Can you just shut up when I'm talking?
I beg your pardon, Councillor.
When I'm talking, this is my time, not your time. When I talk, you shut up, okay?
Oh, point of order, man. Yes. Point of order.
Why she's talking while I'm talking? Why she's taking from my time? You just keep your mouth shut when I'm talking.
I've got a point
I never, ever spoke when you were talking or having a time.
Councillor.
You show respect. You show respect. You raising your voice is not going to intimidate me.
Councillor.
I'm not intimidated.
Councillor. Councillor, I've got it.
Who do you think you're speaking to? Who do you think you're speaking to? I am a councillor elected to represent the people.
Then show respect so that you can be respected. When I'm talking, you stay shut.
I'm going to move an adjournment for 15 minutes.
Yes.
Oh my god. Oh man, she really lost her shit. So funny. Well, thank you all for watching. Remember to check me out on Rumble, BitChute, or X, and I'll see you in the next video. Tits out, everyone.